College Football 25 has been out for a couple weeks now, and I've figured out the best recruiting strategy in the game. It's been from watching videos to doing it on my own, and I think I do have the best strategy. And that was about a perfect recruiting season. We got our whole board came to us. We got 35 recruits, 35 freshmen coming in, and they're all 3-star plus. Let's see what we finished. We had the second best class in the entire nation, and you know, Kansas is not a bad school, but definitely not supposed to be one of the top schools. Now we're using Kansas here. Doesn't matter, I'm just showing an example. Obviously you're gonna have less recruiting hours with a smaller school, and you're gonna have more with a bigger school. This is kind of a team in the middle, just using it as an example here. Now first of all, the coach points you get, we start with 5 here. I chose a recruiting coach, which is what you want to do. Now you're gonna go over here for recruiter, and you can really choose whatever position you want, but you just want to be upgrading these because it's going to make it easier to scout and recruit players. So we're just going to start with quarterback position here. It's all by position, so it's whatever you need. Now the first thing you want to do in the preseason is just add a bunch of players. Now I think the best way to do this, first of all, I'll go by interest. We're a 3-star program, Kansas is, so I kind of want to go for either 4 or 5 stars. I think you want to go a star or 2 above what you are for the most part, because you're going to be able to land some of them, and that's what you want to target first. If we need to get 3 stars at the end, we'll do that, but I think we mainly want to go for the 5 and 4 stars right away. So we're going to sort our board here by 5 stars and then interest. There's only one that really has interest in us, so we're going to add him. And then another thing you can do is go to pipeline, and these guys are going to be easier to get for you because they're either in your pipeline or in one of your coach's pipelines. So we are going to add all of these guys here, these 5 stars that we have a pipeline connection to. And then next we're just going to go down to 4-star and go by interest. There's only 3 that are interested in us here off the gate, so we're gonna add all them. Now you can focus on positions or what positions you need. I mainly just go for the best players available. It depends on the school, but most schools you're gonna have a lot of seniors that are the best players, so you're gonna need to replace them anyways. So I just try and get the best players we can. So then we'll go down to pipeline for 4 stars. And we're just going to start adding all of these guys. We can really look into positions later, but this way we can add as many guys as you want. I would add a lot so you can scout, because the first week you can't even recruit, it's just scouting. So, and just like that, we have all of our targets set. Now we can go and look into our recruiting board and see what positions we want to go for. So right now we have 1 quarterback, a few running backs, a lot of receivers. So if, you know, we can scout all these guys, but we're probably going to get rid of some of them off our board. Couple tight ends, a few tackles, a guard, a couple centers. So you really just want to look and make sure you have every position that you want, a few guys there. So I am going to get rid of a couple of these receivers just because we have so many. We can always go back in and add them later. But we have no outside linebackers, and we do want more corners, so that's where I'm going to go for. Here we have 3 open spots now. And sorting by pipeline, there are a bunch of 4 stars that are in our second tier pipeline. So we're going to add a couple of them, and then we will go add another corner here. It's going to be Brian Tinker here. Okay, so now we have 35 targets set. Now all you're going to do is go over here. The first week you can't actually recruit, you can just scout and offer scholarships. And so this is, some of these stuff are going to be preference. You can scout as much as you want. Right here you get a range of a lot of the things. We can see a 77 run block, but you get a range for everything else. I like scouting them all the way because it will tell you if they're a gem, if they're normal, or if they're a bust. Gems are going to be typically like a star above, so if I'm scouting a 4-star, a gem's going to be about a 5-star, and if they're a bust, they're going to be about a 3-star. So you really want to look for gems. That's one of the biggest things with the scouting, because those are going to be possibly cheaper for you to get, and you're getting a good player. So we're going to go scout this guy all the way, and he's a bust. Okay, right away he's a bust. He does have interest in us, so I'm not going to remove him right away, but often I do remove busts. But you can see the stats as well. Sometimes the busts have good stats still, which is weird. And we are going to offer a scholarship here. You do want to offer scholarships. I think in the old game you didn't want to right away. In this game you want to offer them right away to any player you want. So we're going to keep going here. We're just going to scout all these guys. So I do want to show a lot of stuff, but some of this will get repetitive. So I'll just show what I feel like I need to here. As this guy's normal, not a gem, not a bust. So we're just going to offer him a scholarship. That sounds good to me. And then obviously with receivers and stuff, you want to look for speed or whatever stats you like. But this guy, 5-star, 94 speed, 95 agility, 94 acceleration. This guy's going to be fast. Definitely want to target these types of guys. And we're going to just keep doing this. We're scouting them 100% and offering a scholarship. I think that's the best way to do this here. And this guy's a 5-star gem, 96 speed, 92 excel, 88 spectacular catch. He also has 4 abilities over here. That's another thing you want to look at, is their abilities and mentals. I don't know all the abilities yet, but you just want to have the most possible. So we're just going to keep going through. I won't show all of this. We're just going to keep scouting all the way, offer scholarship. That's all I'm doing here, and that's all you want to do. You want to get as many guys scouted as you can. Okay, and this guy is a bust, and he doesn't have initial interest in us, so we're actually just going to remove him off the board right away. You still can go for those types of players, but I don't think it's worth it. Obviously, later on in the season, if we need to, we can go back and look for him, but right away we want to be targeting gems or players that look really good. Another bust, I'm going to remove him right away. Another thing is deal breakers. So some players have deal breakers where you need to have a certain grade. Your school needs to have a certain grade for their deal breaker. So this guy's playing time. You need a B-. We have a C. So he's not even going to let us try and recruit him because of the deal breaker. Now your grades can change throughout the season depending on how your team does, but playing time probably isn't going to change too much, so I'm going to get rid of this guy right away. And some players are listed as athletes, but it will also list them as a position if you sort by position, so that is a nice thing in this game. Another bust. We're kind of getting unlucky here. I think we've only had 1 gem and we've had a few busts. This guy does have initial interest in us though. We are 8th on his, so I'm going to keep him on for now, but it's probably not going to be someone that we're going heavily after right away. Another gem, you love to see it, 88 speed tight end, 6'5", this guy could be a beast. Another gem, 94 speed cornerback. Gonna be looking to target him right away. So we've used all of our hours now. With Kansas, I was able to scout about 21 players. It's gonna depend on your school. If you're a small school, you're not gonna be able to do as much, but I do think either way, whatever type of school you are, I would scout them fully so you know if they're a gem or bust and all their stats to go after them. So after that, you're ready to advance to the next week. And this is where you're really going to start recruiting guys, and you can see what other schools are going after them and offering scholarships. So what I like to do is sort my board. You can reorder it. I like putting the gems at the top, and then if there's any busts that you still have on your board, move them to the bottom. Okay, so now we're going to start recruiting these guys. So I moved all the gems to my top, and those are the first guys I'm going to go after here. Now before you get to the top 5, the big step is getting to the top 5 in their list. So this guy we're not on yet, but after this week we should be. Next week's really going to tell us how much these guys are getting recruited by other schools. Right now we can see 4 schools offered him scholarships. We're going to see if they're all in or how they're recruiting him, because if Texas is all in, we're just going to back out and let them have him. But we're going to see. So first of all, what you want to do before you get to their top 5, so the first week or first few weeks, you just want to send the house every time. Now these green arrows over here with influence, they aren't proportionally like accurate. So that's just showing like a rough estimate, because if you look at it, you get 4 for 25 and 2 for 10 and then 1 for 5. You would think you'd want to do that, but that's actually not going to be how it works. Send the house is going to do the most for you, which is how it should be. It's why it costs the most. You're going to want to send the house on every athlete, every player that you can. Because either way, if you feel like you're a heavy favorite, I still recommend sending the house so you can get that player locked in earlier. And then if you're in a close battle, obviously you're going to want to spend as many points or hours as you can to get the player. So we're just going to go through and do that for every player here. every gem at least until we run out of hours. And then another thing I like sorting by is interest. So if a player already has interest in you, I do like moving them up and trying to get them. And then also obviously if you need a quarterback, that's the fun part. You want to try and get a quarterback. We're looking at this guy right now, 92 throw power, not super fast. You can get really fast quarterbacks in this game. Not super fast. This would be more of a field, although it says scrambler, I feel like he's more of a field general quarterback. 92 throw power is nice. Okay, so I went and did send the house on all of these players, and then we also had 25 left, so we just put them on friends and family, the 25 one. Now, yes, you can divide up the points differently. You could do some of the other things, spend less, but I do think this is the best strategy, going all out on the players that you want. And we mainly went after 4 stars and 5 stars. We're a 3-star program, so that's what you want to do. You're definitely going to be able to get a good chunk of 4 stars. 5 stars are tougher, but they're still, I believe, worth going after, especially right away. So now we're ready to advance to the next week after that. And each week you're going to get updates, and if a player is committed somewhere, or once they narrow down to top 8 or top 5. So this first week we're just getting a bunch of notifications that we are in these guys' top 8, or we're not in these guys' top 8 that we didn't choose to recruit. The second week's big. You can see how much each school gained on their recruitment in the last week. So Oklahoma here, you can see, gained all of that dark red is what they gained last week, and ours is basically our whole thing right now. So I'm gonna, right away, this 5-star, I'm gonna remove him. I'm gonna take our points off of him because Oklahoma is getting that way more than we are, and I don't think it's gonna be worth it to go after this guy. So we're gonna take the send the house off, and yes, he's a 5-star gem, but I don't think we have much of a chance competing with a big school like Oklahoma in this. And now this guy, Texas A&M, is going after them, but you can see we gained more this last week. The dark blue is what we gained. They gained that dark, whatever color Texas A&M is. That's what they gained there. We gained more than them, so I'm going to keep going after this guy because we might have a shot to get him. And now a guy like this cornerback, 4-star gem, we gained a ton of points, so if it stays like this, we should be able to get this guy. So the guys that you still want, you're just going to leave send the house on. Nothing changes. You want to keep doing that until you're into their top 5. Then I'll show you what to do next. But these guys are all in top 10 or top 8 right now. So what you're looking is, are you going to be able to compete with them? Here's another guy Oklahoma wants. We're not going to be able to compete. Also Texas and Baylor. They're all getting more recruiting points than we are. So we're going to take the points off. We're not going to remove, or we are going to remove him. We're not going to go for him. And you don't have to remove him from your board completely, but you do want to take the hours off, and you're going to want to go after someone else. Once again, this guy's being heavily recruited by Arkansas, and he wants to go there. It seems like he's giving them a lot more than he's giving us, so we're going to take him off once again. And then if they have this lock symbol that they locked you out, you're just going to want to remove them right away because you're locked out. You might as well get them off your board. So we're going to get rid of this guy. Okay, so I did get rid of a lot of the hours on the guys we had recruited from week 1. But we still have about half of them. So we have 350 hours now to free up. That's why you want to scout a bunch of guys in the preseason, so you have more options once you can see that you're probably not going to get guys. So now we're just going to go through and look at the guys we scouted. These are all going to be non-gems. Some of them are busts, but you're going to see how much they're getting recruited. Like a guy like this, his top school is SMU right now, and you can see they barely gained anything last week. No one else is actively recruiting them. So this is someone you're going to want to add points to, and it might be someone that's kind of easy to get. So you're going to send the house, just like we were doing before. Send the house on everyone. Another guy that's not being actively recruited, send the house on him. And a lot of these guys down here are like that, so we're just going to keep doing that. Okay, so we've used all of our hours now. You can go sort by position. See, I don't worry too much about it right away. I just want to get the guys that are going to be easiest to get and good players. So I did go through and sort by position. The only thing you want to look for, you might not want to be actively recruiting, 6 quarterbacks or, 6 defensive tackles right away. So I'd say that's the only way I look at positions right away. Now we're ready to advance again. And like I said, your grades can change. So our brand exposure actually went down. I'm not sure. We won a game against FCS. I don't know why it went down. Stadium atmosphere went up, so that's going to affect how you can get some recruits as well. And then you get the recruiting update page once again. So some of these guys, a few of these guys were in their top 5. And now is where it's going to change how we're recruiting. And also we have 20 coaching points. You have to remember to use those. We're just going to go all out. I kind of like just going all out on one position. So we got quarterback all the way max. You can see all of the tiers there. They're all pretty good. Next, I'm just going to go for receiver. We have a lot of them that we have on our board. Okay, and now you're going to check up on the players that you've been spending hours on. This guy's looking good. You can see we've gained that much last week. Texas A&M and Oklahoma only gained that much, so they're not actively recruiting him as much as we are. But this guy's still in his top 8, so there's nothing else we can do. We're just going to leave it on send the house until we reach his top 5. Same with this guy. This quarterback does look like he's going to be tough to get. We're going to keep going for him for now because we are getting a decent amount of points. But it might be dumb to do that. We'll see. It could come down to, once we're into the top 5, the hard sells, which I'll show you, are going to be a big thing. And another thing, so since we just upgraded our quarterback points, you can see we have 65 hours now that we can spend on him, so we can add even more hours to him. Okay, and this guy's down to his top 5, so this unlocks other possibilities for you to do, so you're not going to want to send the house anymore. And this is where you also can schedule a visit. In my opinion, I only like scheduling visits if it looks like it's going to be close and you're going to need it. You can do it if you have a lead, but I do recommend not spending the points on that unless you're in a close battle. And this guy looks like we might be, so we might want to schedule a visit. The biggest thing with visits, if you want to schedule a visit, do it as soon as possible because a player could commit somewhat soon, so we could schedule a visit, you know, for Colorado week 13, that's a big game. He already might be committed somewhere else or might be committed to us, so it's not going to have any effect. The biggest thing, you want to schedule visits right away. Now since we're in the top 5, this unlocks the soft sell, hard sell, and sway. Now this is where it's more in-depth. You're gonna want a hard sell. That's the best influence. Sway is a way to change grades, but I'll show you here. We're gonna go to hard sell. And these are all different options. So you can see over here the 3 that are highlighted here for college experience. Right now it's giving us proximity to home as a check for him. So that means he cares about that. The X's he doesn't care about. So he cares about proximity to home, which is good for us because we have an A- grade for that. So right away we can narrow down what it can be because we know it has to be proximity to home. He's going to have 3 interests right away. You can sway him to have more. But right away, he's going to have 3 interests, 3 checks. We don't know 2 of them. But what we do know is proximity to home is 1. So this could be his possible pitch because we have a check mark and then 2 question marks. This one cannot be because it's a check mark, X, and a question mark. We know it's not that. So it could be this one here, team player. Can't be this. Could be this. Can't be that. Can't be that. So you're just going to look for the check and the question mark. So it could be this. So there is a lot of possibilities right now for what it could be, and we will find that out as time goes on. So what I'm going to do is just look for the ones we have the best grades in that go with the check, and I think it's going to be this one. So we have A- the check, we want that, and then we don't know if he cares about conference prestige or championship contender, but we're going to find out, and if he does, then that's going to be good for us because we have an A- grade and a B+ grade. So we're going to go send the hard sell there. And then with the rest of your points that you can spend, you can just go add these in until you get to the 60 points. Now I do think I actually am going to stop going for this quarterback because we need more hours for your visits and for more of these guys. It doesn't look like we'd probably get them, so we are going to have to go back and get a quarterback later, but that'll be fine. We're going to go back to this guy, and this guy looks like it's going to be close with us in Arkansas. You never know as time goes on. But since it looks like it's going to be close, we're going to go schedule a visit right away. Week 3 is the soonest we can. We're going to lock that in, and then you can choose your pitch for it. You're going to want to choose one that he cares about and that you have a good grade in. So this one's obvious. We're going to go proximity to home because we have an A- grade and he cares about it. So like I said, I'm not super heavily into the visits unless you're in a close battle or you want to lock someone in. Obviously if there's a guy you really want, like a high-speed quarterback or receiver, the visit's going to help. You're going to want to go all out. But right now, this is the only guy I'm going to spend on a visit because it's a close battle. We might look to bring this guy on a visit because we are losing this one, but we'll see how it goes once we get to his top 5. So now we're ready to, well, we have 15 hours left actually. We're going to use these somewhere and then we'll be ready to advance to the next week. Okay, so since our brand exposure went down, that actually sucks because this guy, it looked like we had a good shot at getting this 4-star free safety, but we are not able to get him anymore because of his deal breaker. But that does give us more hours, so I do think we're actually going to send Hall here. Oh, never mind, we're not top 5. You have to be top 5 to do a visit, so we will want to do a visit once we get to top 5 here. But now we have more hours, so we'll be able to go after someone else here. Okay, so we scouted this guy, just offered him a scholarship, and now we only have 30 points, so we're just going to add these in. It's a 4-star receiver with 91 speed. No one's actively recruiting him, so that's the guys you want to go after at this point. Now we're ready to advance. Now you can see these updates are going to keep looking better as we go throughout the season. We're first on all of these guys, except for these two we weren't actually spending any hours on, so we've been locked out of theirs. So now what we're doing is we're going to go back in, and if you're still top 8 on them, you're just going to keep sending the house 50 points. It will automatically leave it, which is super nice. So that's all you're going to do here. If you see that you're top 5 on someone new, then you want to go to the hard sell thing. So we're going to go through here and look. So this guy we're top 5 on now. We're first of his top 5. So we're going to remove send the house. And you're going to want to go to hard sell every time. And this guy, we can see 2 of his check marks. And we're A+ and A in, so we're going to have a really good pitch for this guy, luckily. And so we're going to find the one that has both of those. Let's see. So right here, this could be it. And that is going to be it, because it's the only one with both of those checked and then a question mark. So we know time to get to work is his best pitch. So this is what we're going to do every time. And it's going to be a very good pitch because we have A+, A, and B-. So we're going to lock that in. And then we're just going to add 10 DM the player with the rest of our points. Not going to send a visit because it looks like we're doing good. We're just going to, every week, you just got to keep checking up on this stuff. This guy we're locked out, so we're going to remove him, get him off our board. This guy we're still top 8. Here's the guy we have going on a visit. He's coming on a visit this week. We also have the hard sell on him, so we don't have to touch anything here. We're just going to let him do that. Now we do have enough hours here to add to this guy to finish him off, so we're just going to send the house. It's the best option until you're top 5. Okay, we have 45 hours left, so we're going to scout another guy. Brian Tinker here, we're going to scout fully. And then we're going to offer him a scholarship, and we have 10 hours left, so we'll just DM him. And that was quick. We didn't really get to any new top 5s of guys that we're going for. So we're already ready to advance to the next week. And yeah, look at that board now. We're first on everyone that we're getting updates here. And we have a lot of guys going to top 5 and even a top 3 already. And we got 10 more coaching points. So we're going to add those right away. We're just going to keep going on the receiver one here. These are options. You can do whatever you want. You just want to make sure you're using them in here. But however you want to do that, it's fine. And the schools will change each week. It's not going to be the same thing every week for them. So, you know, like a Texas could come out of nowhere here and we couldn't maybe not do much about it. But it does give you a good idea of each week what the teams are doing. So now we're going to have a lot of top 5s to go through here. So we're top 5 on this guy now. So we're going to want a hard sell. Or in this case, so we know all 3 of his check marks and we have a B+, a C, and a C. So that's not the greatest sell. So what you can do is sway. And this is tougher. This one is going to take more time and it doesn't always work. But how it works is you want to add 2 of his checks. Preferably you want to have 2 of his checks. And then you want to have one of them that he doesn't care about that you're good at. So we look for like playing time because we have A+ in that. Or something like that. And then there's a chance that you can convince him to care about playing time, which would help our pitch out a lot. So I didn't find a good sway that would be very helpful for us here. So it does kind of suck. We're just going to have to hard sell him. We're going to do his 3 things he cares about, even though we're kind of mid in most of them. So it's not going to be the greatest pitch ever, but it's going to be the best that we can do. And I don't think it's worth it here to try and sway. I don't sway very often, only if it seems like it really makes sense. Now this guy, we're also top 5, so we're going to remove Send the House. Going to go to hard sell. And we know 2 of his checks here. So we're going to look for them, the ones that both of them are in. So this could be it, because it has 2 checks and a question mark. So that could be his pitch, or it could be this. So there's a couple of them here. So yeah, it's either going to be this one, Hometown Hero, or Campus Personality. We're going to choose Campus Personality since we have a little higher grade in academic prestige. And we'll be able to find out the other one soon, but we're just going to have to go with that for now. And then we're just going to add DM the player to all these that we're pitching, or whatever to get to their max hours each week. So we have another guy, we're top 5. You know what that means. Remove Send the House, go straight to hard sell once again. And we're going to look for the one that it could be. Can't be that because it's an X. And it's going to be Conference Spotlight. This one's great because we have A, B+, and A-. We're going to have a really good pitch for this guy. So we're going to add that, and then we're just going to add however many hours. So we got 25 left for him. Going to go all out there. And this guy's top 3 already. We're in his top 3. It looks like we're going to get him, and we're probably going to get him this week. He's also coming to visit this week. So we might not have even needed the visit for this guy, but it's really going to seal it here. It should seal it, we'd hope. And hopefully he chooses us over Arkansas. And we did find out what his ideal pitch is going to be. So we're going to hard sell him on the 3 checks there. And it's going to be this one. Okay, so that's all I'm doing. I'm just going down and looking to see what guys are top 5 now. And we're going to hard sell him. This guy, we already know all 3 of his things he cares about. And we have decent grades in them, so that's going to be alright. Okay, another guy down to his top 5. Gonna go hard sell him. We know 2 of his. So there's probably going to be a couple things it could be here. Yeah, it could be this. This is the same with the other guy. It's 2 checks and a question mark, so we're going to lock it in, and we'll have to remember to go back and see if this is his actual pitch. Okay, now we've used all of our hours. We're ready to advance another week. We should be getting our first recruit, hopefully, next week. And there it is. 4-star right end, George Ook. Not sure how to pronounce that. Is coming to Kansas. That's our first recruit. I believe we're at week 4 right now. And I'm just simulating, but the team's 4-0 right now, which is good. That's going to help us with recruiting as well. We're championship contenders up to an A- now. So now we just go back through, make sure we're doing the right pitches. This one we still don't know yet. So, but we are going to be able to find it out because it wasn't that one. So we're going to hard sell him on the only one it can be, which is going to be this. Not the greatest sell, but I don't know if it's going to be worth swaying here. Let's see if there's any sway ones that would make sense. So once again, none of the sways I don't think we'll have much of a chance at. So we're just going to hard sell him on the 3 things he cares about, which is going to be this one. It's going to be not the best sell, but should be all right here. We have a lead. Although Colorado is catching up. So I think we're going to want to schedule a visit with this guy. And we can't until week 7 or 8. I think we're going to do 8. It's not great to do it on a bye week, so I think we're going to do week 8 against Houston. And we're going to do proximity to home because he cares about it, and we have a B+ grade. This guy, we're to his top 5 now, so that's all you want to do. I mean, I probably don't need to show all of this, but once you're to their top 5, you want to go to hard sell. And this guy we know is 3 checks already, and we have pretty good grades in all of them, so we're going to lock that in. Okay, and you can see here Oklahoma has started actively recruiting this guy, and they are getting way more points than we are. We're just going to take our hours off and stop going for him. We didn't have a great pitch, and I'm assuming, yeah, they have a better pipeline than us. We're going to take our points off, and then we're going to go get someone else. So another guy down to his top 5. So you know what that means. We're going to go hard sell. We don't know 2 of his options, but this one would look good for us. So we'll see how that pans out next week. We have 40 hours left here, so I'm going to look to add a visit to one of these guys. And this one looks like it's going to be close for this tight end here. So we're going to schedule a visit week 8. And we're going to do proximity to home once again for this guy. And now we're ready to advance. Okay, we're getting lucky here at the simulations. We're 5-0 and 8th in the country somehow with this Kansas team. So we got 10 more points to use here. We're gonna do the rest of the receiver, and then we'll do secondary. And now we are gaining on this guy with our pitch must have been better than theirs. Same with this guy. And yeah, we are looking good at a lot of these guys. You just want to go through and make sure that you're still doing hard sell. It will keep it that way, and you want to see that you got all 3 of their check marks there. This guy looks like we might be able to get him next week because he's in his top 3 and we're about to get him. This one, the CPU was dumb. Missouri's giving him a visit week 14. He's already top 3, and that's the bar to get him to commit. So this isn't going to get even close to week 14. So we could try and schedule a visit earlier than Missouri, but I don't know if we'll even get to week 7 here with this guy. Okay, so some of these guys we are figuring out that we didn't have their correct pitch, because right away you're not going to know exactly what it is all the time. So it's probably going to be this now, which actually works out pretty well for us here. And then you're just going to want to keep going through just like the other weeks. Look if a guy's in a top 5 now, then you're going to want to add hard sell. Okay, so we have 65 hours left. So I am going to put this guy, yeah, I'm going to put him on a visit for week 7. Bye's not ideal, but I don't know if this guy will get to a later week. We're going to do proximity to home again because that's A for this guy. Now we have 25 hours left. We're just going to add him here to this guy that we're kind of going after here. Okay, and we're ready to advance now. There we go, another commit. 5-star center Greg Perry is coming to Kansas. This guy was a bust, but his stats still look good, and he'll take a 5-star, maybe more like a 4-star with the bust. Another recruit, 4-star receiver Dominic Taubin. So the recruits are coming in now. Okay, so we've made it here to week 7. Let's go back into recruiting, and now we're gonna have more hours to use since we're getting commits. That's why it's nice to go all out, get these commits, because now we're getting our hours back. So we're just like every other week, we're going back through, make sure we have hard pitch on everyone, make sure it's the 3 things they care about. And this guy we have a visit in week 8, which could be clutch because Colorado is catching ground on us. This guy we had the wrong pitch on, so all we're going to do is go back to hard pitch and change it to the one that he has 3 check marks, and we have good grades in all of them in that. And then obviously if they commit somewhere, you can remove them from your board. Oh no, Alabama's coming in on this guy now. Stuff like that can happen, although they must not be using all of their points because we're getting a similar amount as them. We did have the wrong pitch, so we're going to remove it, and we're going to go back to hard sell. And we don't know it yet, but we might be able to figure it out. Look for a check with 2 question marks. Okay, and there's only one option. I think it was up here somewhere. It's gonna be this one, which is all right for us. And now we have a lot of hours left, so we're gonna change this guy to be a send the house, because he's not top 5 yet. And then we're gonna look for other guys to go after. We have a few others on our board. This guy we're not gonna, because it looks like these other schools are going after him pretty heavily. This guy we can. 5-star receiver, 94 speed. And TCU is going for him, and Oklahoma and Texas Tech a little bit, but it doesn't look like you're using a lot. And we are in his top 5 already, so we can go straight to hard sell, which is good. Although we don't know much of his interest, we're just gonna have to guess here on one that would be good for us. And I'm gonna send this guy on a visit here week 8, because we are close with Texas A&M, and we're gonna do conference prestige because that's our highest that he likes. Okay, and we're down to 40 hours left, so we're gonna look. I think, yeah, this guy I want to send on a visit. We might be able to clinch him here. And let's see. Oh, it does say so. This guy's a free safety, and we also have a cornerback coming week 8, so it's gonna be a complimentary visit here. So that would give us extra boost. So this could be the thing that could lock this guy in. And we're gonna use athletic facilities since it's a B. Okay, and we're ready to advance. More recruits coming in. 4-star tight end, 4-star free safety. I don't know what's up with the simming in this game, but that's why I like playing more. This is the first time I've simmed through one, because we're 6-0 with Kansas right now. I don't know how. That's not what we're caring about here. We're caring about the recruiting. And wow, this guy's gonna be close here. Perfect timing here. He's very close to committing, and we do have our visit this week, but Colorado is gaining on us, and Texas A&M's coming. This one's going to be very close. We're going to find out next week probably if we get him or if he goes to Colorado. Okay, and this guy we just added, and we see what we can get here. But TCU is getting a lot more. These other schools are going after him with a better pipeline. So we're going to take our points off of this guy, actually. I keep saying points, it's hours, but same thing. Okay, and we're just going through. We're looking and making sure our hard sell's still good. Oh no, Alabama's really going for this guy now. He's in his top 3, so he's probably going to commit next week. Let's see, and we can't schedule a buy or a visit, obviously, in the same week. So this one, it's going to come down to us or Bama probably for next week. But when Texas is really going for this guy, we're going to keep our points on him. It's still early on here. And we're going to see what kind of sells we can have for him. But now we have a lot of hours. Once again, that's why it's nice to go all out on these guys. Get these guys to commit early. Now you have more hours to go get other players. So we're either going to look to spend our hours next on visits if we feel like we need them in close battles. Or we're going to go look and get more recruits on our board. And we are going to... Oh no, this guy's still top 8. I keep forgetting you have to wait till you're top 5 to schedule a visit. But this guy will probably be a guy we want to schedule a visit for since it's a close battle here with Texas. So now we can go back to the prospect list. And I think what I want to do here is just add a bunch of targets and scout a bunch of guys and offer scholarships here for new guys we might want to go after. Now I just like sorting. I start with 5-star, and at this point you're probably not going to have high enough interest on any of the guys that are still available. So what I like doing is coming over here and sorting by stage, so you can see what stage they are in. So all the 5-stars are being recruited, which obviously makes sense. But if you come to 4-stars here, some of them are open, so that means they aren't even into their top 8, and it probably means that no one's actively recruiting them. This is where you're gonna make your hay, is adding these guys, because you're gonna have a very good shot at them. So I'm gonna add guys that are open that I can. Obviously, if there's deal breakers, it won't let me. Also, it helps these guys that have pipelines. Might be easier for us to get. So I'm gonna add all these 4-stars that are still open, especially if we have a pipeline. And there is a lot of them left still. Okay, that's all of them are open. So now we'll go back to our recruiting board, and we're gonna go scout these guys, these new guys, fully here. This is something you don't have to scout everyone fully, but I like doing it to see if they're gems or busts. And this guy is a bust. So I think I'm not gonna remove him from my board completely, but we're probably not gonna go after him right away here. So we're just gonna keep going through scouting just like you did right away. Offering scholarships. I might as well go back and offer a scholarship on this guy. Another bust. We are getting unlucky. It seems like there's been a lot of busts and not that many gems in this class here. At least the guys that we're going after. There's a gem. Alright. So we're going to offer scholarship, and we are going to send the house right away on this guy. Okay, so we've used all of our hours now. We did offer all these guys scholarships. We're only putting new hours into this middle linebacker here. But we're going to get more hours as these recruits that we're going for start committing. So now we're ready to advance once again. And there we go. We got another corner. Got another receiver. Got another receiver. Let's go, dude. Another receiver. So we are basically set at receiver. That's crazy. One season here, we're getting 3 4-star receivers coming in. This guy locked us out because we weren't actively going for him. That's alright. This guy also locked us out. Okay, and this guy came for his visit. You can see how it went here if you want to look at that. So it went good. We beat Houston. This one's still going to be close, but I do think we're going to get this guy as well. 5-star running back. You're just doing the same thing here every week. I just go to my guys that I've been recruiting, make sure the sell's still there. This guy's into his top 5 now, so we're removing send the house. Going straight to hard sell. And we're going to do the 3 checks that he cares about. Now, if you do have more time, you can look to sway, but it is usually tough to find one that will actually work for the player. And then we're not going to schedule a visit yet, but we might end up doing that with him. We're going to see how our hard sell goes. Okay, and Texas is really going after this guy. So we're going to say forget it. We're going to take our hours off of him. And now with all those recruits, we have a ton of hours. We have 485 hours available here. So, and I do need to start looking at positions once again because we don't want to, we already have 4 receivers committed. So we're going to get rid of these guys. We don't need more receivers. Wow, we're going to be stacked. 4 4-star receivers coming in. And yeah, now that it's later in the season, this is where I start looking at positions to make sure I'm filling out everything we need. And now these guys that we added last week, let's see, we didn't get to scout this guy, but we're going to do that here. And we're going to start putting in points. Gem, there we go, 4-star gem. No one's currently going after him. That can change, obviously. Send the house right away. Offer scholarship. Let's go. Another gem. Scholarship right away. Send the house right away. Okay, so now we have all these new guys coming in, looking for guys that are, 4 stars that aren't being actively recruited by anyone. As you can see here, like, these bars aren't going up for them. And we're ready to advance again here. And yep, the recruit's still coming in here. 5-star running back coming to Kansas. Oh, and we did lose. We finally lost a game to Kansas State, so we dropped to 12th in the nation. Look at this board. This is just satisfying once you have all these players with your team's logo here. And this guy, I mean, we are blowing out. This guy, no one else is going for this guy. He's going to be committing soon. This one's somewhat close here. I do think I'm going to schedule a visit for him to come in week 11. Just in case one of these teams really tries going after him. Once again, we're just going through these guys that aren't in their top 5 yet. We're just keeping send the house on them. There's nothing else you can do there. I'm not sure why I can't schedule a visit here. And if you guys know that, let me know. But he's in his top 5. So I don't know why we can't schedule a visit. Maybe he's already has visits scheduled with all. Oh, he only has one other visit scheduled. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not letting me schedule a visit. I would like to for this guy, but if you guys know that, let me know. This guy, we have enough hours now to send the house for him, so we're gonna get rid of what we had there and send the house. Oh no, Oregon's going after this guy now. We're gonna keep it for now, but we probably won't be able to get this guy over Oregon. Okay, so we're going back to the prospect list now. Since we have 145 hours left, we're gonna go back to where we were on the 4 stars, and then we're gonna sort by stage, and we're gonna add these guys. Okay, so we added a few of these guys here. Just gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go scout them fully, offer a scholarship, and we'll give them send the house right away. And now we're out of hours. We're ready to advance once again. More commits coming in. Tyler Hector, 4-star running backs coming in. We're at week 11 now. This guy's gonna likely commit to us next week, and then we're basically to the next level here of guys that we've added. So we're still on send the house here. Let's see how we're doing on this guy. This one's close with Texas. I really wish I could schedule a visit. This one looks like it's gonna be close. We're only at top 5, so he still has to go down to top 3. This could be one since it's so close that I'm gonna put the time. We're gonna remove hard sell right now and look if there will be a sway that we could possibly get. This is risky, but if it works out, it could change a lot for us. So what I'm looking for here is one that has 2 checks, a pitch that has 2 checks, and then an X that we have a high grade in, because we might be able to convince him to care about something that we're good at. And yeah, none of them really matched up that made sense. So unfortunately, we are just gonna have to keep hard selling on what he cares about. These guys, we're still sending the house on all of them. And these guys that we added to our board last week, we're gonna send the house on them now that we have enough points. And this guy, we have 60 available, so we're gonna DM him as well. Now we really want to start looking for positions. So we don't have any quarterbacks. So right away, I'm gonna go look for a quarterback quick. We have 60 hours left, so we will be able to start recruiting one this week. I don't know if we will be able to get a 4-star at this point though. So we're gonna sort 4-star quarterback. Stage we're gonna sort by, and there is one open, but we don't have a good enough playing style apparently for him. So that stinks, we won't be able to get him. So we're gonna go down to 3-star. There's gonna be a bunch of these that are open. Let's sort by pipeline. And we'll add a couple of them here. Okay, let's scout these guys. Takes 20, and we found a gem here. 89 speed, 92 throw power. This guy already looks great. We're offering him a scholarship. We have 35 hours left. We'll contact friends and family and DM the player. So that's why you don't necessarily need to rush into positions. We looked now. This guy's a 3-star gem, so he's going to be more like a 4-star with good attributes that we like, has some abilities. This guy's still going to be a great quarterback. So that's all of our hours. We're ready to advance. And there we go. I think that was the last of the first wave of commits to commit to us a 4-star center. And now we have a bunch of guys narrowing down their schools. Wow, look at this board, man. Got 12 commits up here. And let's see, we're still top 8, so we're still sending the house. Ooh, Texas is getting more with the points than we are. So I don't know if there's a point in still trying to get this guy. But honestly, at this point, I'm gonna stay. We've spent all these points on him already, and it's somewhat close, so there could be a decision he makes. But that might be dumb. You could move on from this guy if you wanted to. Okay, this guy's already top 5. Alabama is going for him, which is scary. But we are getting similar points, so we're gonna go hard sell since we're top 5 now. And we need to find one with the 2 checks and a question mark. Not our best pitch here. We're gonna have to roll with it for now. This guy's down to his top 5 as well. That's just what we're looking for here on these new guys. When they're narrowing it down to their top 5, not a great pitch. But you still want to do it. You still want to hard sell no matter what. And we have more hours now that the one guy committed. So this quarterback we want, gonna take off what we had on him, and we're gonna go to send the house, and we can actually add these back here as well. Now we have 25 hours left. We'll scout this guy fully. Another gem. Both the quarterbacks were gems. This guy's not a fast guy. He's a field general. We're gonna offer him a scholarship though, and that's perfect. We're out of points now. Yeah, shoot. I don't think we're gonna get this guy. I think he's gonna go to Texas. We're gonna keep. We're in this far, we might as well keep giving him points, but it's not looking good. I'm gonna check on these guys. This guy's top 5 now, so we're going removing send the house, going to hard sell, and this could be it. So we're gonna add that. Oh, okay. Alabama is gaining hard, and once again, it's not gonna let me do a visit. I'm not sure if I missed the. Oh, it's probably too late in the season. Never mind. It's probably too late in the season at this point. I think we're almost through the season. I'm just gonna take the points off him. We're not gonna be able to compete with Alabama. We didn't have a good pitch for him. So unfortunately, we're gonna take the points off of this guy. This guy's top 5. Once again, remove send the house, go to hard sell. Okay, now we have enough hours to start going after this other quarterback from last week. We just have 5 hours left, so I'm gonna go. I think we need more cornerbacks. So we're just going to go add a 3-star here that's open. We'll do one that has a good pipeline. We'll go with this guy. And we're just going to have enough. We're just going to have to offer him a scholarship. That's all we can do with 5 points here. And we're ready to advance again. Okay, yeah, we did lose this guy. He went to Texas. That sucks. We put in a lot of hours to him, but that's going to happen. You're not going to be able to get everyone. So we're able to remove him from our board. And now this guy, we're in the top 5. Once again, remove, send the house, add hard sell. We know all 3 of this guy's interest. So we're gonna add that. This guy's top 5 once again, remove, send the house, go to hard sell. Ooh, okay, Oklahoma's coming in on this guy. We're gonna take the points off. We're already at hard sell and we're not gaining enough. So we're gonna stop going for this guy here. It's just better if you don't have to compete with other teams, especially if you're already behind and they're gaining on you, or not gaining on you, but gaining more than you. I would say just get rid of them. You can find guys that are easier to get. This guy's top 5, so remove what we had on him. Go to hard sell. So I think you guys should get the gist of it now. What I'm doing is just going through, looking if there are guys that are going to their top 5, like this guy. Removing send the house, once again, going to hard sell, and doing the one that they have all 3 checks on. Okay, so we still have 130 hours left. We're gonna go look at our positions, what we've got going, and we're gonna add some more guys to our board. We don't have any offensive guards, alright. So we're gonna go sort by offensive guard. We'll see all the 5 stars are gonna be not available very quick. We can check if there's any 4 stars. There isn't. So you just go to stage, open. Now this is 3 stars. There's some of these, so we can go add. We'll add these 3 that we have a good pipeline on, and we're gonna scout these guys. Let's go. We got a gem right there, so we're gonna go straight for this guy. Send the house, offer scholarship, and we have 15 points left. So we'll offer this guy a scholarship, and then we can scout this guy once here. Well, this guy's between us and Kansas State, so honestly, you should just choose whoever wins the Big 12 championship game here. Okay, so and then what I'm going through, just going all the guys that we have hours in. And so you can see we got the wrong cell here, but now we do know all 3 of his. And yep, we're just going through, looking, making sure we have all 3 checks here on these hard cells. Now this guy's top 5. Once again, remove send the house and go a hard sell him on. Okay, we just have enough hours left here to offer this guy a scholarship and start send the house on him. We'll go add a DN because we only have 1 that committed to us right now. So we're gonna go back to DN. We'll go check if there's any 4 stars. There probably won't be at this point. Sort by stage. Yeah, there's none. So we'll go to 3-star. There will be some of these. And we're just going to offer him a scholarship since we only have 5 points and we're ready to advance. And the second wave of recruits are starting to come in. 4-star free safety is the first one to commit to us. Okay, and we've reached the end of the season. So now it's the Big 12 championship. There's no recruiting now, but you will be able to continue your recruiting. I don't know at what point, but at some point. So we're going to sim to there. And here we go, 4-star middle linebacker coming in. 3-star quarterback. The other 3-star quarterback. The second wave's really coming in now. So if you have a good season, you really get a lot of points, it looks like. And we're just going to max these out here. As you can see, to unlock Elite Recruiter, you need to sign 2 top 5 recruiting classes. So that's going to be tough to get to that. But it is going to be nice getting all these. You can also unlock other things such as Motivator, but right now I just want to max out everything for Recruiter. And we do have early National Signing Day now. So we're going to go there, and I believe you can recruit here. No, you don't get any hours. You can just look at what you had going though. This guy went to Florida, shoot. That was a close one. 4-star tight end coming in. And then now bowl week 2 out of 4. This is for the playoffs. Nothing to do here for recruiting, so we'll keep advancing. Okay, and we must have had someone go pro, or maybe a few guys, so that's going to help our pro potential go up to an A+, which is nice for recruiting for next year. Coach stability went down, not really sure why. And athletic facilities went up. Okay, so we've made it to off-season recruiting. It's 4 weeks long, and it's also when the transfer portal becomes available. You get a ton of hours here. But first of all, what we want to do is go back into these guys that we were going after, and you think you just have to go back in and add what you had. So we're gonna go put our hard cells back on these guys, and you get a ton of hours here. So this is really, you can make a lot of hay here. But the tough part here is you don't know how much other schools are really gonna go after them now that you have a ton of hours in the off season. That's the tough part. You don't know what other schools are going to go, but you kind of just have to go for the guys that you've been going for. And I almost forgot, so now you have new options to schedule visits. I think with all the hours you're going to have, I think it's best to go schedule a visit right away with every single player. Earlier in the year, we didn't want to do that necessarily, but I think it does make sense here. Do it week 1, get them to come right away, and obviously choose the best thing for you, A+, there we go. Okay, so now we'll go check out the transfer portal. I don't do a ton here on the transfer portal, just usually if you're building a team, you're going to want more freshmen and guys that can develop, but you can find some good recruits. I guess if you're later in a rebuild, you might want to go get some guys, and we'll see what we got here. There's no 5 stars, there's no 4 stars open out of the transfer portal. There are some 3 stars. I'm not completely certain on how much it's worth it to go for transfers, but I don't think I'm going to target any. We're going to go see if we can add some more 3 stars that are going to be freshmen, which is better. So let's go back through and see what positions we need at this point. That's the biggest thing here. So you're going to be able to get some of these guys and fill out the positions you still need. Let's see. Okay, we're going to look for a D end and a couple D tackles here. So we're going to sort D end and then 3-star. Stage open. There's 4 left here. This guy we have a pipeline, and we'll target this guy. And then D tackles. There's a 4-star that's available here. So we're going to snatch him up, and then we'll add We'll add a 3-star as well. See this guy we have a good pipeline for. Okay, let's scout this D end here. And he's a gem. Boom. Straight offer scholarship. We're gonna send the house and contact his friends and family. So we're gonna scout this guy. Oh, he's a bust. I need to get rid of. Shoot, I can't get rid of. I accidentally offered him a scholarship. Oh well. This guy we scouted. We're gonna send the house. We're gonna DM him and we're gonna search social media. Okay, this guy's a gem. 90 speed. Offer scholarship. Send the house. Search social media. We're doing it all, bro. We're DMing. Okay, we're down to 60 hours left. So we will go. Okay, so we're definitely offering him a scholarship. Sending the oh wait, we have 35 hours left. Contact friends and family and DM him. And that's all of our hours. Okay. So that took a while, but we're ready to advance. And we'll see who we can get here in the off season. Okay, this guy we're looking really good on. Got the hard pitch going. This one's close, but we did gain on him there. Visit might have helped that too. This one's gonna be very close. Shoot, this guy committed to Oregon. Gotta get rid of him. Okay, and we have more hours now. So we're gonna go take this off of this guy. And we're gonna go straight to send the house. And then we're gonna add contact friends and family as well. When this guy we are able to send a visit. So we're gonna do that. Okay, now we're gonna go back into these guys we added last week. Scout will offer you a scholarship. We'll go for you. Send the house. Contact friends and family. Offer him a scholarship. Send the house. That is why it's nice. Once you upgrade the coach points, you can use 75 now. So that's big. That's really gonna give us an advantage. This guy's a bust, so we're gonna go look for a different outside linebacker. Okay, this guy's ranked 597, so we're gonna add him. Hopefully he's not a bust here. Okay, he's nothing. Offer scholarship. Send the house. And contact friends and family. We got 20 hours left, so we'll be able to scout someone a little bit here. Nelson Woodrum, you're gonna get scouted. Okay, I'm ready to advance. Here we go. Doug Kane, 4-star right tackle. Kevin Elves, 4-star left tackle. 3-star left guard. The recruits are rolling into Kansas, folks. Wow, this one is extremely close with Utah. This, I don't know who he's going to go to here. Utah's gaining on us. We have a slight lead right now. I think he probably will choose Utah, but we'll see. We're about to get this guy. That looks good. Ooh, okay, this guy with Duke. We're down to the top 5. We do have the lead now. So we're removing Send the House. Going to hard sell, just like we've been doing the whole season. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of removing Send the House and going to hard sell is what I'm doing on all these guys. Okay, so I changed all of them I could from the Send the House to hard sell. Now we have more hours available once again. All right, this middle linebacker that we scouted, we're gonna offer him a scholarship, Send the House, and contact friends and family. Okay, and we have 2 more targets we can add here. Let's go get a strong safety and a punter. Okay, we'll add this strong safety. And then let's add a punter here. I'm assuming we're gonna have to do 3-star. Go for this guy here. Okay, and we won't be able to go for the punter yet as we ran out of hours. But we will be able to go for the strong safety. And we're ready to advance. Here come the commits. 4-star center, 3-star right guard. Okay, we've made it to the last week of recruiting here. This is it here. We're just gonna make sure we have hard sell on all of these guys. This one we have to change here from Send the House to hard sell. Wow, the punter locked us out. He wants to go to North Texas apparently. So we've got plenty of hours left. We're gonna go add a new punter, I guess. And we're gonna go after 3-star to a friend. He's a gem. Offer him a scholarship. Send the House is all we can do here. Okay, and our board is full. And we're maxing out all of our points on everyone here. So all we can do here is start scheduling visits on some of these guys. They'll let us, I think. Okay, and there's all the points we have. Used everything. We'll see how many of these guys we get. I think we should be able to get a lot of them. And look at that, we got 9 recruits coming in the last week of off season. And that was about a perfect recruiting season. We got our whole board came to us. We got 35 recruits. 35 freshmen coming in, and they're all 3-star plus. Let's see what we finished. We had the second best class in the entire nation. And, you know, Kansas is not a bad school, but definitely not supposed to be one of the top schools.